This is November 7th, 2023. Hi everybody, thanks for joining me to watch me put some daffodil bulbs in the ground. And yes, you are going to see a few cameos from my dog. And yes, he is wearing a cone. He had a bad allergic reaction flare-up and was scratching his own ear and face. So we needed to prevent him from doing that. And we've got him on some new meds, and he's actually doing way better even from when this video was shot. So I have raked back a whole bunch of mulch, and now I am digging holes for planting daffodil bulbs into our front garden bed. And this would be called planting into the landscape. I do have my raised beds where I planted tulip bulbs, and it's a great small scale tulip farming video. And if I can figure out how to add a link, I will add a link to that video so you guys can check that one out too. I'm new to this whole thing, so we're just kind of learning as we go, and of course, learning as we grow. That's what we do here. So so I'm planting these into the front garden bed. This is what you would consider planting into the landscape. And because daffodils naturalize, I want to be able to spread them out a little bit and give them lots of space to grow and multiply and come back fuller each year. So this is why I'm using the front garden. These are the tasc bulbs that I talked about in a previous video as well. And upon opening them and looking at them for the first time, I was pretty pleased with them. I don't have a huge frame of reference of previous experience, of course, just from opening the tulip bulbs, and I did find a couple tulip bulbs were pretty soft or moldy. But these daffodil bulbs look pretty good, so I was pretty happy with those. When you are planting daffodil bulbs into the landscape, it is said that you want them to look a little bit more natural and just kind of offer that pop of color here and there. So I have multiple little areas here where I'm spacing them out nice and far, but grouping them together in little groups as opposed to like when I did the tulips and I planted them in very like rigid straight lines, very tightly close together. You can see they have lots of space and they aren't in the rows like I said. I was quite impressed even as I went along. I didn't have a single bulb in this bag that I had to throw away. They all look quite healthy and usable from what I could tell. And so into the ground they go. You want to plant them 2 to 3 times their height in depth. So you want to, if it's a 2-inch bulb, you want to plant it about 6 inches down. So there's my little areas where I've planted them, and I covered them back up with dirt, raked the mulch back over, and then we'll come back in the spring and hopefully I have a successful shot for you to see how they look with their nice bright pop of color.